Welcome back to America Decides. As we get closer to the 2026 elections, we are inching so much more closely. It's all happening because already officials are declaring their candidacy for a different office from the one they're sitting in right now. What effect could this end up having on the balance of power in the now GOP-controlled House? Look how tick-tock tight it is there between them. Anyone going missing for a day and a vote could get canceled. That's how tight it is. Hunter Woodall may have the answer for us. He joins us now. Sir, good to see you. There are a handful of races you're watching in which a House member risks flipping their seat to the other party by leaving to run for a higher office. Which ones are you watching specifically?
Well, this is that time where, candidates, especially these folks that are in the House, they can start testing their ambitions. There's three contests I'm really interested in. There's a House seat in Minnesota where Representative Angie Craig, she's running for the Senate. There's a House seat in Michigan. John James, he's running for governor. He's a Republican. And you also have a House seat in New Hampshire. Chris Pappas, he's running for the Senate seat that's being vacated in 2026. This is that time where candidates who are looking at this, they're thinking, hey, can I be something more than a U.S. House member? Can I represent my state statewide?
And is there an instance from the last go-round of a member of Congress who ran for a different office and a member of the opposite party ended up taking their seat?
Absolutely. You just have to look at the presidential battleground state of Michigan. You had Alyssa Slotkin. She was a House member in 2024. She ran statewide for the Senate seat, narrowly won, helped, that was a bright spot for Democrats during a very, very tough election cycle. But she also, the House seat she left behind ended up flipping. A Republican, Tom Barrett, won that seat, albeit in a close race. And that's that kind of risk that each party can run. You have an ambitious, talented candidate. They've held a House seat that can be tough to keep. They move on to a higher office, and then that seat can flip.
And, midterms can often be sort of a moment of reckoning for the party in power in the White House. Aren't the odds in the Democrats' favor anyway in most of these races?
Ed, it's so early. There's all those numbers about, what we've seen in past midterm cycles and tradition. The House Republicans campaign arm is arguing, hey, they think they're in a much better spot than they were at this time in 2017 when Donald Trump, was serving his first term ahead of that first midterm of his in 2018. But right now, Democrats, they're still struggling to figure out that path out of, these tough setbacks they had in the 2024 election. And they're trying to figure out that messaging, that pattern, and I think we're still struggling to see how each party is moving closer to 2026.
But it is incredible how you mentioned those three seats in Minnesota, Michigan, New Hampshire. Wouldn't it be something if it comes down to those three flipping in either direction and who controls the House? We'll be monitoring it, obviously, again, over the next 545 days until Election Day 2026. Hunter Woodall, thank you, sir.